Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios here for another reaction video. Today, Tate and Britany Renner go at it. Let's get into it.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Sorry, I was just trying to clarify a problem. I was just saying.
Wait. I've totally lost it. Why would I want to have options when I've been in a happy relationship for 32 years?
That's exactly right. Women that know what women are supposed to do aren't out there looking for options when they're in a happy marriage. The point of, like, girls' strategy is to get into that marriage with a man that a woman loves, admires, and respects. Then she's a winner. That's the point.
Chases his fans.
It don't make no sense.
I just
You can monetize on YouTube with clout.
Why are you calling her a pick me when you were the one advertising at the beginning of the show?
I said,
Right. And women use the word pick me to insult each other. Oh, you're such a pick me. Like that's an insult. Men only choose pick me's. Men of value. So it's not an insult to be called a pick me. It's a compliment. So I don't understand.
I'm doing interviews. I wasn't advertising nothing.
Okay.
It's
Wait.
Stop the cap.
Interview me?
Okay.
What you interview?
She's being spicy, guys. Stop it.
Auntie had a question for Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
What was your question?
Oh, she asked already.
He didn't answer because everybody's too busy jumping. Everybody's too busy jumping in. I already asked, but you're not too busy jumping in and being women.
He's
to
patient.
be listening. So
He's
now
very
Right. There's a lot of wisdom in what she said. So what she's saying is women that are, raised by this liberal woke media, that are, raised to be quote unquote women, they end up miserable and single. What a surprise.
To get
now
married.
you can all shut up and let him answer, innit?
I'll answer, yeah. So to go back to one of my earlier points, firstly, to make it clear in the disagreement, I agree with, of course, I think everyone knows who I agree with. But I do, because you know what it is, though? You know what's actually funny? The things that she's saying are common knowledge 20, 30 years ago.
Exactly.
This is how the world functioned. This is how the whole world functioned. The things I say that somehow people believe are controversial are exactly the way the world functioned in like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. All of the entire period of human history, men had a role of masculinity, women had a role of femininity. We worked as a team. Now the world's come along and they've destroyed and broken everything. And there's this new progressive think and this new generation of women who seem to believe that if we completely fuck it all up, it's going to end up better.
Yeah, if you explode the old system, the old way that things used to work, it's not going to be replaced by positive sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be a power vacuum of chaos and destruction, which is what you're seeing the West become. Alright, shitting time. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all for notifications, share this video, drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian on, Tom M, shout outs to them. Just hit more in the link in the description. Buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. And go to my Patreon and subscribe, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Alright, let's continue.
And my argument to that is, listen, we went from walking around in fields in small nomadic groups to building cities, to building the pyramids, to going to the moon. We managed to go from a few thousand to billions of people, populate the entire planet, build canals, build skyscrapers, cities. All of this was done based on the back of man being a man, woman being a woman, working together as a family.
And now it's destroyed.
Now they're going to come along and fuck it up.
If it's not broke, don't
It's
fix it.
destroyed. It's been destroyed. Man has destroyed Earth. What are you talking about? It's been bad.
What? Man has not destroyed Earth. Man has conquered Earth. Man has not destroyed Earth. The reason that you have that beautiful microphone that you're complaining on is because man has conquered Earth, not destroyed it. How dare you be so disrespectful to men as to say that?
Decisions from powerful men that got men to go to wars and from women to lose husbands.
Men built.
Men make decisions for war.
Listen, please.
Men kill men.
Please listen to me. Men built the earth. I'm not saying men are perfect, but the entire world that you're existing under was built by men.
Yeah, it's
all
true.
of it. So, and the point I'm making is now we're entering a world of new think. And the problem with New Think is it's not tested. I don't give a shit what anyone's opinion is. What I can state as a matter of fact is we had 5,000 years of history that tells us how the world works with X and Y together. We're now entering a new paradigm. There's no 5,000 years of history. So whatever you believe about how it's going to work or it's going to be better or worse, whatever, that's just you guessing. Everyone is guessing, right? So we're entering a brand new paradigm and everything's completely fucked up. The point you were making earlier, which is a fantastic one about if I pick a woman who's advertising, et cetera, men always, please keep this in mind, especially if you're a female. People always say, you know, the number of emails I get from girls who say you don't give enough girl game. I'll give you girl game right now. Your man wants status. That's what he wants.
Yeah, men compete for status, right? And who gives men status? Other men give men status, right? So if you as a girl, you behave in such a way as to increase the man's status, then you're doing fantastic. Ironically, Britany Renner, which is the girl on the right there, who hasn't said a single word in 12 minutes, by the way, ironically, she, when she slept with that guy, she did the opposite, right, with the basketball player. She did everything in her power to ruin the guy's status, and that's why he didn't pick her, right? And then she became a single mother and is extracting resources. You know, like, it's shameful, frankly. But anyway, so how do girls behave in such a way as to give a guy status? Well, or to increase it in front of his friends. Well, if she's fit, feminine, cooperative, submissive, and bedroom fun loyal in front of the guy, in front of his friends, then she raises the guy's status because the people around are thinking, wow, what a well-behaved, great girl. And that tells a lot about the guy's character, right? People look up to a guy that can get that kind of behavior from his girl. You see? All right, let's continue.
You need to find a way to make him look good to the world and to his friends.
That's right.
So how do you do that?
I'll tell you. One of the ways a man can get status is to get the girl that no one can get. That's a very simple way, right? So
I said not ready to mingle. I did right.
Okay, no, but this is the truth, right? If I date a girl and she's perfect in every way, head to toe, and then I'd say, I met this girl. Yeah, she's this, she's this. Oh yeah, I took her for a date. Even if you didn't fuck her, did you fuck her? No, I just went for a date. So you went. The attraction goes from this to zero. Done.
Right, and why? Because the man doesn't want to be with the girl that other men have had. No man wants a town bicycle. Men want a girl all to themselves. Fit, feminine, cooperative, submissive, bedroom fun, loyal, and only with a low end count, right? And the point of that is what? Well, the point of that is she's a very good bet for paternity. That's the point. Because if you want to have children with a girl, you want to make sure the child is mine. Now, of course, the modern day argument is, yes, but DNA tests exist, right? And if DNA tests exist, then guys shouldn't be worried about this. But that's not true. Because in some countries, DNA tests are illegal. And which is hilarious, by the way. And just because DNA tests exist doesn't mean that humans have been around for that period of time. Humans have been around for much longer. So humans are adapted for a reality where DNA tests don't exist, right? Where all you have are behavioral cues to tell what kind of girl you have. And because women have concealed ovulation, concealed pregnancy, you can't tell when they're ovulating. You can't tell when they're having your kid. You can't tell if she's pregnant with your kid, right? And actually women use this to extract resources out of multiple men, right? I mean, they did, historically. And I mean, even now they do, right? They have the kid with Chad and then they get another man to come along and you know, raise that other man's kid. Or, you know, they marry a loser guy and then they have a kid with a different guy and, you know, they pretend that the first guy who's a loser in her eyes is the guy that she had the kid with. When actually what he's there for is, you know, to be ATM for the child. There you go. Let's continue.
And it may not for some men, because some men haven't got choices, but men like me who genuinely have unlimited options. We want complete exclusivity. That's what we're looking for, because that gives status. That's what you're looking for. So you have to be very careful as a female with all of your actions, all of your interactions with your boyfriend or when you're looking for a boyfriend, etc., and say, am I going to make my man look better by doing X or look worse? Simple things. I've had endless arguments about girls' nights out, right? Oh,
yeah. One of the relationship rules is no girls' night out. And when I say no girls' night out, I mean your girl's not out there going to the club. She's not out there going to the club with her friends, you know, getting the attention of random men.
You're insecure. It's not about insecure. I don't give a fuck if no man talks to you all night long. I don't care if you're going out and you're going to an all-girl club. I don't care. I know that when my boys say, oh, all the girls are going out, and I say, not my girl, she stays home. I look good. That's it. She stays home. She doesn't go out. She doesn't want to go out without me. That's status. It's not about the night out. It's about the status of being the man in the house. That's what a man wants. He wants respect. He wants to be the man of the house. I say she stays home. She stays home. Big G. Boom, boom. That's what we want.
Can I ask you something? What does the woman want in your eyes? What do you think? And what's the game you give for the boys?
Right. So now it's, again, a lot of girls, what they do is they're like, oh, and what they imply is men and women are the same by these arguments, right? What about girl game? Shouldn't the guy stay home too? Shouldn't he be faithful too? And so on. So again, if your girl is going out to the club with her girlfriends, your relationship is over. She doesn't respect you. Because your girl isn't going out there with a for sale sign on her neck. Obviously. It's hugely disrespectful.
I'm going to tell you, but before that, I need another Clementine, and I need to give half to our friend here because she just rolled her eyes at me. And I'm perspicacious. I notice everything. She doesn't realize that I'm a ninja. I detect these things. Even when I'm looking directly ahead, I can detect it. So I'm going to give her some of my Clementine, and she's going to feel better. So I'm going to get a Clementine for her. Would you like some Clementine, my dear?
I'm sure.
You want some Clementine?
I think for me, it's like...
I asked you a question. Would you like some
I would
Clementine?
love some, yeah.
You want some Clementine?
Yeah.
We're going to hook it up.
Okay.
Clementine's coming. All right. Go on. Continue.
Okay. What?
No, I mean, I just feel like this is definitely a different conversation for me because I'm very open-minded. I love hearing different perspective, and I do feel like this is a newer idea. Like you said, within the last 30, 40 years, this is a new concept. We don't know how it's going to end.
By the way, guys, let me just tell you a bit of background information on Britany Renner, okay? Basically, she got with a basketball player, had his kid, and then took child support from him. But now she's going to make a case for, well, again, if she makes a case for being a single mother, we already know she's lost. If she doesn't make a case for a single mother and she makes a case for traditional femininity, where is her traditionalism in her behavior? Okay, let's see.
I just know from like my experience, other women that I've met as well, it's like the reason for even like relationships why they're not lasting is because people don't
because you sleep with the guy, have his kid, and don't stay.
Want to put up with the disrespect. And like even when you were talking about like, oh, it's okay for me to cheat but not for you, my thing is like, why not have transparency and have it be polygamous, polyamorous, whatever works for you?
Because polyamory means both the man and the woman are sleeping around. A man and woman sleeping around are two different things. That's why. When a man sleeps around, he's a stud. He has multiple options, and it's very hard for a man to get laid with multiple girls. So if he's able to do it, he's a stud. For a girl to have multiple men is not only easy, it also lowers her value. Because, why? Because women control bedroom fun and men control relationships. So a girl that has had multiple bedroom fun partners is effectively saying that she's of such low value that she'll let anyone in. Which means that if you're trying to have a child with her, the likelihood of that child not being yours is very high. And so she's not a good bet for paternity, and therefore she's not a girlfriend or wife. That's why men and women are different. Because men are meant to spread their seed, right, and have children with multiple girls. And when a man chooses to be monogamous, that's by his own choice. But again, women don't find men attractive that don't have multiple options. So if he's choosing to be monogamous, the girl has to know that should she be disrespectful, the man will pursue his other options, right? Women only desire men that are desired by multiple women. Whereas men desire women that have not been had by multiple men. She might be desired by multiple men, but she chooses not to allow any man other than himself in, as it were. All right, let's continue.
That's like, to me, where it loses me with the traditional stuff.
I get it.
It's
All
like,
right.
why can't we have transparency?
okay.
And if I sign up for that, cool.
So how does it? No man in a million years. Let's all be realistic, right? No man in a million years is gonna meet a girl he likes and go, I want to be polyamorous. Like, come on, that's gay. Let's cut this bullshit. So let's be realistic. How does a man show love to a woman? Tell me.
Exclusivity.
Wrong. That is how.
Time, resources,
That's how women show their love for a man.
and something else.
Time, resources. So
Yeah.
that's a good way to start. So sexual exclusivity is how a female shows primarily that she is interested in a man. He's the only man who has sexual access to me because I can get pregnant, and this man is the only man who can do it. That's how it's done. A man, yes, I'm not saying all men can cheat. I'm not saying all men should cheat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if I truly love a woman, she won't sit there and go, he shows me his love because he doesn't fuck anyone else. She'll sit there and go, he shows me his love because my bills are paid, I'm in a Bentley, I fly private, I go to Dubai anytime I want, I have a Chanel bag. And I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about resource and a lifestyle as a whole. This is not just me. This is the world, and most of the world today. If you go to Moscow and you find a big G, a rich guy, right? He has his wife. She's pushing a Bentley. She has a kid. She's living in a mansion, whatever. When he goes to the club with his boys, you think he ain't with 19-year-old strippers? Of course he fucking is.
Can I ask
but
you-
she's just like, whatever, don't care. I'm the one who has the money. Don't give a shit. So you have to sit there, and to a point, you have to sit and analyze the difference. When you're saying disrespect, if you're gonna go through life as a woman and say, I only care about the sexual exclusivity of my man, then what you're gonna end up doing is having a bunch of failed relationships and fucking loads of dudes.
Okay.
There has to get a point where you go, you know what, this guy ticks so many boxes. Once a year, twice a year, he's out with his boys, does some dumb shit. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't notice because my bills are paid, I'm looked after, I can tell he cares about me. If I have a problem, he's gonna fix it. He's ticked so many. That's the smart female.
That's right, exactly. And that's what Britney should have done with the basketball player guy. But instead, she chose a very terrible choice, which is effectively to ruin her own life, to ruin the life of a child, to ruin the guy's life, the reputation of everybody. Who cares, and I'm a strong, independent boss babe. So again, men and women are different, right? Women, and there's another thing that Andrew didn't mention, but he has mentioned it on other times that he's commented, which is a man also shows love through sacrifice. The man sacrifices himself if the girl's in danger, right? If the children are in danger, he sacrifices himself for their safety, right? That's what a man does. And so that's why you need to have the ability to protect should it be necessary, right? All right, let's continue.
Move as opposed to go, I don't care how good he is to me, he fucked that bitch once, so I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch anyway, and then I'll get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch. It's end of cycle of dumb shit.
Can I
Makes
have
sense to bite the bullet.
but more mild examples though?
Again, if you want a guy who is loyal, you're going to need to get a guy who doesn't have options, because men are as loyal as their options, right? So if you want a guy to be loyal, you need to get an average man. A man who makes $40,000 a year, who's 5'8", who doesn't have options. Maybe he's not that fit. He's average. That's the kind of man that won't cheat on you. But women don't want that. They want an above average man. But the problem is this. All women want an above average man. And so what ends up happening is all these multiple girls want one man who checks all these boxes, but he's wanted by multiple girls. And a man's sexual strategy is to have bedroom fun with multiple girls. So organically, what will end up happening is he will sleep with one of these girls, one of these other girls that he has as options. Almost certainly, it will happen at some point.
But wait, I have a question. Is there ever cheating that's too far? Like, so if a guy cheats on a girl, is there ever a point where she?
Yeah, there's a lot of cheating. There's completely a lot of cheating.
So,
that's too
like,
far.
if he knocks up another girl, would you say that's too
all right,
far?
all right. So
Yeah.
first things first, I'm a man of my word. I don't even think I'm a liar. So here's your Clementine.
Thank you.
And he peeled it. What a gentleman.
Thank you.
I'm a gentleman. Right. So obviously I'm.
Okay, body language analysis. Look, see, she's like, oh, this guy, like she's immediately attracted to him, right? But anyway, obviously she's attracted to him because he's high status, has money, has game, has everything you could, And I mean, she's the type of girl that would sleep with a basketball player, so there you go. Like, So naturally, she's attracted to guys like this. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
I'm not saying blatantly disrespect your woman, right? She's
Right.
your woman. She's your queen. She's the most important thing in the world to you. She needs to be treated in a way that she feels that, right? But it's unfortunate because I keep tying back to this baseline point. But the reason I keep going back to this baseline point is to try and explain to everybody at home how simple the world can be if you go back to the baselines of it. Why do men cheat? Most women don't know. You'll see them all the time. Why do men cheat? Oh, because men are just stupid. And why do men fuck girls uglier than their main chick? Why do men do all this stuff?
I can explain that. Here is why. Because there is only one thing that the perfect girl cannot give her man, and that is variety. A man's bedroom fun strategy is polygamy. It is to have multiple women at the same time. It is to have bedroom fun and spread the genes to as many girls as possible. Men are R-selected, women are K-selected. A man that can spread his seed to multiple girls will spread his seed to multiple girls. That's how men work. So why do men cheat? Men cheat because they desire variety. And actually what's funny is when a man sleeps with another girl, almost always he appreciates his main girl more because she does much more good things for him than any random girl could. So, there you go. Let's continue.
Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Let's go back to the first thing I've been saying this whole time. Status. Yeah, that's my chick. She's home. Took this one home. Yeah, I got that one. She's chasing me.
That's
Status.
dead.
Status. But it's stupid to females. I get it. But that's the male world because sexual access is an easy indicator of status. So
Right. That's also true. A man that brags about having multiple girls or whatever, he's certainly more attractive than the average man because he can do what the average man cannot do. That's also true. Absolutely true. And that men chase status is, again, that's just the default. Men are status seeking because why? Because women are attracted to status, and so a man is able to access a better girl for bedroom fun if he has higher status, and therefore get more healthy offspring as a result. All right, let's continue.
So that's one of the reasons they do it, right? So you have to go back into the baseline of why men even cheat in the first place. I'm telling you, if you're a woman, the smartest thing you can do is look after your man, make him not want to cheat, be perfect. But there's going to be a time across a 20-year marriage you might just need to be a little bit blind. A little bit. Just a time.
Right. Make the guy feel so good about you that there is not even a thought of going to another girl. Be so pleasant, so fit, so feminine, so cooperative, so loyal, so pleasant that the guy couldn't even stomach the thought of cheating on you because he's being treated so well. That's actually very, very good. It's acknowledging the guy's power, right? Effectively, when she does that, right? When a girl says, I don't want him to cheat, so therefore I'm going to be a good girl. What is the implication? The implication is respect. I know that he could, so I'm going to prevent it. It shows respect of the guy's abilities, respect of the guy's attractiveness, respect of what he can accomplish. And respect is love. Respect is bedroom fun from a woman to a man.
Tiny bit, just don't look at his phone.
So
and
what-
you'll be cool. You'll be cool. Just make sure the bills are paid. He does his jobs the man.
What
Now,
if
I'm
you
not
can
saying-
pay your own bills, though?
But this is it.
That men don't care, and actually, if the woman can pay her own bills, what actually ends up happening is hypergamy. And what I mean by that is a woman, when she can pay her own bills, she wants a guy to make 50% more money than her. So for example, if she makes 40, he's got to make 60. You see what I'm saying? If she makes 100, he's got to make 150. If she makes 500, he's got to make 750. He has to be 50% better than her. So when I say that, I mean 150% of what the girl makes in order for the attraction to be maximal. This is why you see doctor with nurse, lawyer with paralegal, and so on. Because women's hypergamy naturally works that way, right? And women actively go into university for that purpose, right? Girl will go into business. Why? Because she wants a businessman for a husband. Girl will go into medical school. Why? Because she wants a surgeon for a husband, and so on, right? Not realizing that by pursuing these things, they're actually pricing themselves out of the market. But anyway, they're making themselves miserable through their own actions hilariously. Anyway, let's continue.
It. We'll talk about that in a second. But I'm not saying allow this for some fucking Joe Schmo. I'm not saying let some fucking loser pick you up, lock you down, and go cheat on you.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he's a G and he's doing enough of his other jobs. As for you saying, what if you can pay your own bills? Then what's the reality you face? Just like I described earlier, I'm going to decide that the thing that I prioritize above everything, above his resource, above the amount he cares for me. You'll see men cheat on a woman and then cry his eyes out trying to get that woman back. He still loves you. It's not the same as if you cheated. He loves you with all his heart. He'd die for you. He'd take a bullet for you, and he'd still fuck that bitch. Doesn't matter. It's a different game for men, right?
That's right.
So you're sitting there going, well, I'm going to prioritize his sexual exclusivity over all of his other attributes. You're just going to end up having endless failed relationships, fucking too many dudes, and then what's going to happen is your psychology is going to break
because women aren't supposed to do that. And not only is this psychology going to break, men will not be attracted to women that do that, because a high end count means she's a bad bet for paternity. All right, we're going to end the video there. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit all the notifications, share this video, drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian L, and Tom M. Buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks, and of course, go to my Patreon and subscribe, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Thank you so much for listening, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.